creating endless development opportunities. Ban on sachet 200 ml PET bottle alcoholic drinks remains sacrosanct, says NAFDAC. Plus, World Bank collaborates with Federal Ministry of Works to unlock sustainable financing for critical projects. Hello there, good evening. It's the World News on Rstv Television. My name is Parker. River State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. It's a task we must accomplish. Watch Rstv News live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. Don't forget to click that notification bell so we can feed you live from the studios. My name is Parker and I welcome you to the news. Peace, they say, is priceless, but terror is senseless. That buttresses the fact that peace is capable of creating endless development opportunities. Ogboka Umeda in this report examines the peace situation in River State and the way forward to achieving lasting peace.
The United Nations defines peace as a condition in which individuals, groups, and nations are able to coexist, interact, and pursue their goals without violence, discrimination, or fear. Peace can also mean living in harmony with others, respecting their differences, and promoting mutual understanding. Rivers State, which plays a critical role in Nigeria's oil and gas earnings, adjudged to be the mainstay of the country's economy, deserves some level of peace for development to thrive. However, the question begging for an answer in the minds of many Rivers people is, how has this peace been enjoyed? I spoke with residents of the city of Port Harcourt and its environs and received different views about peace in the states.
Administratively, governance-wise, there is no peace. Let us tell ourselves the truth. All we need to do as Christians is to go on our knees and begin to reach out to the stakeholders.
If anybody comes to you now to take away the peace you enjoy, I tell you, you fight back. You are fighting back because you need this peace. Trouble is not good. Peace in our state today is one thing that we all seek for.
While many say there is no relative peace because of the seeming disagreement between the executive and the legislature, others say the rift between the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Nyesom Ezenwo-Wike, and Governor Siminalayi Fubara threatens the peace.
There is no need for me to come and start claiming that except you follow what I am or have said, that is only when peace will reign. No, it doesn't work. That means you're imposing yourself on the people. Nobody should think that he is the encyclopedia of the whole state. No, this state is owned by all of us. Anything you say it is not me, is no longer Rivers issue. It's now your own issue.
Challenges can make you change from where you have decided to be. And sometimes these challenges are not just normal challenges. They are challenges that come from their fellow human beings too. But they take it as a carnal thing. But if you see it as a challenge and you put it before God Almighty, you will not fail, you will not deviate from it.
Be that as it may, what are the possible ideas or initiatives to explore to enthrone lasting peace? Observers say achieving lasting peace in Rivers State and former Governor Nyesom Wike must prioritize reconciliation and inclusivity.
Not condemning this, condemning that. As traditional rulers, we need to reach out to them because these people are our sons, they are daughters, they are brothers. We need to reach out to them. I'm sure their door is open. Truth need to be told.
Others believe focus should be on completing abandoned projects and revitalizing the economy to improve living standards. They welcomed the setting up of a committee by the Traditional Rulers Council and encouraged the committee to collaborate with warring factions, traditional rulers, the youth, women, and civil society groups to promote unity and ensure the return of peace. Governor Fubara has pledged to prioritize peace, reconciliation, and inclusive governance, emphasizing that the costless peace is more rewarding than the cheapest war. Stakeholders describe the governor as a man of peace, calling on the assembly members to sheath their impeachment swords and follow the path.
Use our money negatively.
What is happening in Rivers State today is not about who controls the finance of Rivers State or who controls the political future of Rivers State. But I think what is happening is nothing but misunderstanding that is normal everywhere. You can agree with me that peace is the best any leader can give to his people.
Others believe the governor should back more of his words with action, and the time for action is now. As the quest for peace in Rivers State continues, peace ambassadors are calling on all hands to be on deck for realization of set objectives. Ogboka Umeda, Rstv News.
Now, routine medical checkup is a necessity to ensure the physical, mental, and psychological well-being of an individual. However, many have yet to come to terms with embracing the idea due to several reasons, including ignorance and socioeconomic circumstances. The consequences range from prolonged and protracted suffering to unexpected and untimely death. In this report, Nnamdi Olumini examines the importance and benefits of regular medical checks.
Medical checkup is a routine, comprehensive physical examination by a healthcare professional to assess the overall health, detect illnesses early before symptoms surfaces to ensure normal bodily functions, focusing on proactive prevention and maintaining well-being. It usually involves reviewing the medical history, physical examination, and laboratory screening tests, frequently depending on the age, sex, and risk factors. The types of medical checkups include general annual checkups, work-related checkups required for employment to assess fitness for duty, and specific checkup designed for specific age, gender, or ailment detection. Respondents agreed that medical checkups are necessary exercise done regularly.
It's incumbent on me monthly basis I check to ensure that I discharge my responsibilities to my clients.
As of November last year to check my BP and sugar level, but everything is okay when I check.
You never tell now. Last August where I go hospital, I do operation that time. The doctor check everything. I don't get sugar. Sometimes they go for pharmacy check my sugar level, both BP.
I want to check up myself to know. But many times somebody will go to village and come back with sickness. They say it's from village people. Then let me know my body's system, how it is. So if I come back with anything, then I can then know where the thing come from.
Others are ignorant of what medical checkup are all about, while some said that it is not affordable.
When you go, they say 20, some they say 15. So all those things now because of money. Let me say now.
Last year, let me say I never sick. I sick because sometimes I dey do malaria, oil cough, now then they worry me. I dey think whether I will go, whether I know to go because I never ready.
Me, I never know the medical checkup. I never know the meaning of the medical checkup. I dey well. I know they go anywhere. I never do.
A medical practitioner and chief medical director of Meridian Hospitals, Dr. Ikechukwu Odo, enumerated the importance of medical checkup to include early detection of treatable diseases, particularly silent killers like hypertension, prevention, which identifies risks and helps prevent future illness, and peace of mind, which confirms good health and promotes a longer and healthier life.
If in the course of the regular health check something is discovered, the likelihood of that discovery being made early is high. And once any disease condition is discovered early, no matter what it is, you report early to your doctors, and your doctors respond early. Almost 99% of the time, you get a cure, even the apparently incurable, because of timely intervention.
Dr. Odo is also the immediate past president of the Nigerian Association of General and Private Medical Practitioners, mentioned the benefits of regular medical checkups, which should be done at least once in a year to prevent serious illnesses like heart diseases, cancer, and diabetes through screenings and management of chronic conditions to prevent complications.
Let us accept to defeat our fear. Let us learn not to live in ignorance. Don't live in darkness. Be in knowledge. Be in light. Know the enemy and fight the enemy early. You will defeat it.
Detecting problems early prevent expensive, intensive, and emergency treatments. This is why it is advisable for everybody to imbibe the attitude of regular medical checkup. Nnamdi Olumini, Rstv News.
The deputy spokesman of the House of Representatives, Philip Agbese, has described the interim report of the Minority Caucus Ad Hoc Committee on alleged alterations in the tax reform laws as belated, saying the issues raised had already been overtaken by events. Agbese addressed newsmen in Abuja on Saturday following the public release of the certified true copies of the Tax Reform Acts by the clerk to the National Assembly. The Minority Caucus Committee, chaired by the lawmaker representing Ogbaru Federal Constituency of Anambra State, Mr. Afamo Ogene, had alleged that discrepancies existed between the versions of the tax laws passed by the National Assembly and the gazetted copies made available to the public. According to the committee, a comparison of the CTCS released by the House with earlier gazetted versions showed that alterations were made, particularly to the Nigeria Tax Administration Act 2025. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, has said that Nigeria's rail sector stands to gain significantly from renewed collaboration with the World Bank as the Federal Ministry of Works intensifies efforts to close infrastructure gaps, improve road quality, and unlock sustainable financing for critical projects. Umahi said the partnership was imperative, noting that efficient road networks are vital to trade, mobility, job creation, and social development, and that infrastructure remains the backbone of any globally competitive economy. He stated this on Friday in Abuja while receiving a high-level World Bank delegation for a strategic engagement aimed at strengthening Nigeria's road infrastructure and boosting national economic competitiveness. He explained that the partnership with the World Bank offers Nigeria access to international expertise, modern financing models, and accountability frameworks that can accelerate the delivery of durable road projects. The Trade Union Congress of Nigeria and the Nigeria Labour Congress have issued a 14-day ultimatum to the federal government threatening a nationwide strike if the demands of health workers under the joint health sector unions called JOHESU are not met. Organized labor warned that the ongoing strike by health workers could escalate into a broader national industrial action should the Federal Ministry of Health fail to immediately implement the 2021 Technical Committee report on the adjustment of the Consolidated Health Salary Structure, CONHES. In a joint statement signed by the Secretary General, TUC, Dr. Tommy Okon, and the Acting General Secretary, NLC, Comrade Benson Opa, the unions declared the ultimatum final and irrevocable with effect from January 23, 2026. They demanded the immediate and unconditional implementation of the CONHES adjustment in line with established precedents within the health sector. The unions accused the federal government of deliberately refusing to act on the technical committee report submitted since 2021, describing the delay as a conscious act of injustice, bad faith, and institutional disrespect to health workers and organized labor. The National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has said it will continue enforcing the ban on sachet and 200ml PET bottle alcoholic drinks. NAFDAC Director General Mojisola Adeyeye spoke with newsmen after manufacturers and union members protested at the agency's Lagos office. The protesters carried placards urging the federal government to stop NAFDAC's ongoing enforcement of the ban on sachet and small-sized alcoholic beverages. Adeyeye said the enforcement was backed by law, stressing that only a change in legislation could compel the agency to hold its actions. She added that the reasons advanced by the protesters would not deter the agency from carrying out its statutory responsibilities. From Anambra State, we got this report that Internal Revenue Service has arrested 4 people for engaging in illegal revenue collection in Onitsha. The suspects identified as Ikenna Udoji, Kosi Iwobi, and Chidera Agbogu, as well as Monday, were arrested while collecting money ranging from 1,200 naira from keke riders opposite Army Gate. Speaking to newsmen, the AIRS Special Squad Commander, Nathan Obikwelu, said the suspects who have been charged to court contravened Anambra State government's law that bans illegal collection of revenue from tricycle riders and commercial bus operators. Obikwelu maintained that the arrest also aligned with the state governor, Chukwuma Sodudo's directive that there must be no more illegal cash collection in Anambra State. River State is a treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. Rstv News is live on Facebook and YouTube at Rstv Online. Just do us a favor, click that bell so you can subscribe to our channel whenever we are live in the studios. Still to come, Indian landslide claims 8 lives, leaving 80 people missing on Indonesia's mainland of Java. And in sports, Rabat Court postpones trials over incidents of Africa Cup of Nations football finals to 29 January. Details of these and others are coming if you keep us company when we return after these messages.
The Omega Power Ministries OPM Worldwide presents the first Dr. Jesus Night with Coconut for the year 2026. It is a night of intense worship, prophetic prayers and declarations. It is a night of spiritual realignment for the year ahead. It is a night where gates will be lifted and barriers broken. It is a night where God Himself will open the door of 2026 for us. Doors of glory, doors of nations, doors of increase, doors of dominion, doors of influence and affluence will be opened for us, and no man can shut it. Date Friday, 6th February 2026. Time 8 p.m. till dawn. Venue OPM headquarters, Dr. Jesus City, Mbodo Alo, River State, Nigeria. Come ready to pray with your coconut, and the heavens will respond, and access will be granted to us this 2026.
Which word did they show action? The real kingdom work will be distraction.
OPM, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port.
Thanks for joining us for more reports. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, has warned that without aggressive investment in skills, infrastructure, and inclusive growth, the coming artificial intelligence, popularly called AI, wave could trigger a global labor market shock that leaves millions behind. IMF noted that the wave is sweeping so quickly, threatening to offset millions of jobs as AI and technology investments reshape the economy faster than workers can adapt. It added that while global growth appears stable on the surface, the apparent resilience is masking deep vulnerabilities, especially in employment. IMF economists Pierre-Olivier Gohunchia and Tobias Adrian said global growth is projected to hold 3.3% this year, slightly higher than earlier estimates. However, much of this improvement is driven by the United States and China, fueled largely by a surge in investments in information technology, AI. Now, the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has said Africa is no longer in the grip of a public health emergency over Mpox, though the viral infection remains endemic in several settings. Director General of the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Jean Kaseya, stated this on Saturday after the World Health Organization in September said Mpox was no longer a global health emergency. WHO had declared its worldwide public health emergency over the viral infection previously known as monkeypox and related to smallpox in August 2024. Under Secretary of State, Ms. Alison Hooker, at the end of the first session of the U.S.-Nigeria Joint Working Group held in Abuja. According to the statement, the working group was established to address issues arising from Nigeria. Ukraine has condemned a fresh wave of Russian strikes overnight, which killed 1 person and injured 35 others, amid talks with the U.S. aimed at ending the war. Ukraine's foreign minister, Rstv, said the brutal attack, cynically ordered by Russian leader Vladimir Putin, had hit not only our people but also the negotiation table. Delegations from Russia, Ukraine, and the US have been meeting in Abu Dhabi for the first trilateral talks since the Kremlin launched a full-scale invasion of its neighbor in 2022. And from India comes the story that landslide has killed at least 8 people and left more than 80 missing on Indonesia's main island of Java on Saturday. Triggered by heavy rainfall, it struck villages in Java's west Bandung region in the early hours and buried residential areas. Floods and landslides are common across the vast archipelago during the rainy season, which typically runs from October to March. Destroyed greenhouses remain after a landslide struck in Pasir Langu village, Bandung West, Java, on January 24, 2026, as Indonesia's National Search and Rescue Agency said 8 people were killed and 82 remained missing. Now, sports news. Rivers United held their hosts, Power Dynamos of Zambia, to a 0 draw at the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium on Saturday. It was the Finidi George side's first point on the group stage of this season's CAF Champions League. Rivers United lost their previous 2 groups games to holders Pyramids FC of Egypt and RS Berkane of Morocco. Goalkeeper Osagie Oniso Dumeya made a number of key saves to deny Power Dynamos in the first half, but however remained in 3rd position with 1 point from 3 games. The Port Harcourt club will host Power Dynamos in a match day 4 encounter at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, Uyo, next Sunday. Still in sports, officials said Senegal's Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko will begin an official visit to Morocco on Monday after fans from his country were detained in incidents there at the Africa Cup of Nations football final. 18 Senegalese supporters remain in pre-trial detention in Morocco, where they face charges of hooliganism. At the match, won 1-0 by Senegal against Morocco after time on January 18. Their trial opened Thursday at a Rabat court and has been postponed to 29 January and was 29 January. Sonko's trip takes place within the framework of a joint commission between the 2 states scheduled for Monday and Tuesday. According to reports, a Moroccan-Senegalese economic forum is planned for the occasion. Remember, River State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. Rstv News is live on Facebook and YouTube. Click that bell so you get us live when we are on the air. And now to end the news, a recap of some of the major reports. Our correspondent, Ubuka Umeda, took a look at the peace situation in River State and the way forward to achieving lasting peace capable of creating endless development opportunities. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has said that it will continue to enforce the ban on sachet and 200 milliliter PET bottle alcoholic drinks. We had also told you that the Minister of Works, David Umahi, has said that Nigeria's road sector stands to gain significantly from renewed collaboration with the World Bank as the Federal Ministry of Works intensifies efforts to close infrastructure gaps, improve road quality, and unlock sustainable financing for critical projects. That's it. Thanks for staying with us from start to finish.